Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey and Daytona, Florida. So after many months and months of waiting, finally got our hands on the Nav TV Zen A to B module for the 23.5 and up Harley Davidson motorcycles. So the module plugs in the front just like the other module. This one has 8 sets of RCA outputs. They have 2 versions. One's a DSP, one's a non-DSP. Both modules have 8 channels of output. The non-DSP version just gives you flat signal across all 8. The DSP version gives you 8 channels and they're fully configurable. We will have one hopefully in the next 5 days, so I'll make a follow-up video showing the DSP features. This is just like the other review I did of the other module, where it just gives you flat signal that you feed into either your amplifier or in our case, our DSP. The install was simple. I timed myself. It took me 11 minutes to pull off the fairing, disconnect the input of my DSP, plug in the Zen module, and plug the RCAs into the input of my DSP. Literally 8 minutes start to finish. It's that simple to install. There's no programming. And something that I did, I don't recommend you doing this because it's probably going to throw error codes in the computer. I wanted to see if it would reinitiate the CAN bus signal I wanted to see if it was constantly looking for the CAN bus signal to initiate the module. So what I did was I swapped between 2 modules while the ignition was on. I do not recommend doing this. I just wanted to see if it would look for the signal one time when you powered up the ignition, or if it would monitor the signal on the CAN bus and initiate, and it did. I don't recommend you doing this, but I disconnected the factory amp with the bike off, plugged in the Zen module, turned the ignition on. The module came on automatically, music started playing automatically. Then I disconnected the module, plugged in a different module. That module fired up. Then I disconnected that module and I plugged in the Zen module, and that module automatically fired up. The reason I did that is I wanted to quickly measure the RTA signal, and I didn't want to have to restart the radio, reconnect the Bluetooth, reconnect my phone. So I wanted to see if I could hot swap them, and it had like a 30 to 45 second delay, and it kicked right on and started playing music. So the reason that's important is everybody knows that the 23, 24, and 25s have had audio issues where sometimes the audio will drop out and you have to pull the main fuse to reinitiate the factory amplifier and have it pick up. So I just proved that this won't be an issue with these modules, because the module, after being reconnected, automatically looked for a link and automatically connected to the CAN bus and automatically started playing. So that's a huge plus. I don't recommend you do that. You should disconnect everything, pull the fuse, plug it in, because I'm sure there's going to be codes in my ECU for loss of communication with the amplifier, because I did it. I did it for testing purposes. You guys shouldn't do it, but it's gives me peace of mind knowing that the module is constantly looking for CAN signal, and if the CAN happens to drop out, it'll re-pick it back up without you having to pull the main fuse. So that's my theory. Flat signal, I'll show you guys later on in the video. I RTA'd it, signal's completely flat. I went in, set the EQ to custom, flat all the way across, and the signal on the RTA is damn near basically flat. My audio sounded great, so I literally unplugged the input from the factory amp, plugged in the Zen module into my 2 channels of input into the DSP, did nothing else, played beautifully. I was able to take the volume all the way up, 0 issues, no distortion, and just works good. This video is going to be short because there's really not much to talk about. It's pretty much the same as my other video. Did the module do what it's supposed to do? Yes. Did it take out the factory EQ curve? Yes. Did it give us flat usable signal across all 8 channels? Yes. Was it plug and play? Yes. So it did exactly what it's supposed to do. When I get the other unit with the DSP fully unlocked, then I'll be able to go through different features, how I like the crossover settings, what options they let us select as far as decibels per octave on the crossover slope. Will they be Butterworth, link widths? So these are all questions that I'll be able to answer when I get my hands on the DSP one. So this is basically a clean 8-channel line driver that gives us clean usable signal as if we had changed the head unit. So basically like putting in a Soundstream or Sony 7000 gives you clean signal to do whatever you want with. Now, pricing. Before you guys get all excited and say that this is less expensive, so we're going to order a bunch of these, this is the initial run, and if you didn't do pre-orders, you're probably not going to get one. So the non-DSP one comes out first, and it's a $5.99 price tag, 8-channel output. The DSP one should be following in a week or two with a $7.49 price tag, 8-channel output, 8-channel DSP. Directly from my rep, he asked me to warn everybody. It's a one-strike policy. If you get caught trans-shipping and selling to other dealers who don't, they want everybody to sign up as an authorized dealer. They want only authorized dealers purchasing. They want clients to only buy from an authorized dealer. They don't want you hooking up your friend that has another shop. If they catch you, they will cancel you as a dealer, so it means you won't be able to sell it. It's no different than when Soundstream came out with their radio. Everybody wanted it. There wasn't enough supply. Not everybody wanted to get it. So you had to buy it through an authorized dealer. You had to order through an authorized dealer. It is no different. So authorized dealers can be stocking 10, 20, whatever they can afford to stock. And then you have to buy from them. If you try and get the hookup from your friend that has a shop, you will get them in trouble and they will not be able to order anymore. The other thing is, there's only going to be a few hundred of these available. There's thousands of people that want them and need them. So get in line, place a pre-order through your authorized dealer, call Nav TV to find out who their authorized dealers are. And you want to buy through an authorized dealer. That way, if you have any issues, they'll be either able to swap it for you or do a firmware update for you, and you'll have to wait less time than if you buy it from somebody that bought it through somebody that bought it through somebody. Just to let you know. Doesn't matter which of the two brands you choose to pick up, there is a limited supply from both companies. If both companies sell out completely, I guarantee you everybody that has a 23.5, 24, 25 will not be able to get one. There's thousands of people that want this and need this. There are not thousands available as of yet. So it's going to be really short supply. Guaranteed to sell out. Reach out to your authorized dealer. Get on the list. And that's it. That's all I have to say for now. Check out the rest of the video.